Hi everyone, welcome to Storytime with Miss Minshall. The title of today's story is The Runaway Iceberg, and I'm filming it in the classroom on our big computer screen, so hopefully you can all see. What animals can you see floating on the iceberg? I hope you're sitting nice and comfortably. Let's start our story. Land ahoy! Shouted Rossi, looking out to sea with her telescope. Shall we dive in and explore, Captain? You know I don't like swimming, Gasper said with a sigh. Suddenly, a cracking sound came from below them. What do you think that could be? Before they had realised what was happening, a chunk of ice had broken off and Gasper and Rossi were floating out to sea on an iceberg. Quick, swim, shouted Rossi, but Gasper was afraid. I can't, he cried, peering into the deep, dark sea below. The iceberg floated out further and further until they could no longer see land. What are we going to do? Asked Gasper, trembling. How will we ever get back? We're brave explorers, remember, said Rossi, holding Gasper's flippers. We will find a way. Gasper took a deep breath. Well, I guess we could use our flippers to row back, he said. But which way is home? Lift me up, said Rossi. She climbed onto Gasper's head, but she was still not quite high enough to see land. Try jumping, she suggested, giving him a little nudge with her foot. Gasper jumped, and they both landed on the ice with a thud. Need some help finding your way? Asked a snow petrel from above. Oh, yes, please, called Gasper. Which way is land? And here is the bird called the snow petrel. A snow petrel is one of 3 birds that have been found in the South Pole and Antarctica. So there it is. Can you see the snow petrel? It's this way, called the snow petrel, flying high above them. Gasper and Rossi used their flippers to row as hard as they could, but the current kept pushing them the wrong way. Needed to give you a push? Asked an Antarctic silverfish from below. Oh, yes, please. How many fish can you see on that page? So the silverfish pushed the iceberg along until suddenly it became stuck. We'll never get through here, exclaimed Gasper. Can you see all the icebergs in a line, like they're in a queue stuck in traffic? Need some help breaking through the ice? Asked a blue whale from the deep. Oh, yes, please, called Gasper. Here's the blue whale. With a huge flip of its tail, the whale smashed the ice and cleared the way. Gasper and Rossi bobbed along behind it, glad to be finally on their way back to safety. Land ahoy! Squawked the snow petrel. It's all been a great adventure, said Rossi, grinning. We're just like real explorers. The sun shone brightly in the sky as Gasper and Rossi headed for home. Hey, stick to your side, Captain, laughed Rossi as Gasper's tail feathers tickled her feet. I'm right on the edge, grumbled Gasper. The 2 penguins turned to face each other in shock. The iceberg was getting smaller and smaller. What do you think's happening to the iceberg if it's slowly getting smaller and smaller? Have a quick think. It's melting! Shrieked Gasper. We need to move faster. The silverfish swam quicker and the blue whale helped to push, but the ice was melting too fast. We'll have to swim from here, said Rossi. You can do this, Gasper. I know you can. You're the captain after all. The silverfish started to cheer. Gasper! 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 Soon everyone had joined in, and Gasper began to feel braver. Gasper gulped, and then, with one big jump, he splashed into the water. "Brr!" he spluttered. "It's so chilly!" "Use your flippers!" shouted Rossie as she dived in over Gasper's head. "Whee!" said Rossie as she headed for home. Gasper flapped his flippers and followed behind nervously. I wonder if you can show a face as if you were really nervous. It wasn't long before Rossie and Gasper were back home with their families. "You did it, Captain," said Rossie. "You got us through our most dangerous adventure yet." "I guess I did," agreed Gasper, feeling proud. "But I couldn't have done it without my trusty first mate." And yay, now we have all our penguins back together. I thought that would be a nice story time because we've been looking recently at ice when we've been learning about our frozen topic, and we've also looked at the continent Antarctica, which we do know that's where some of the penguins live. I hope you've all enjoyed that story time with me, Miss Minshall. It's been nice to read with you. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye!